Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now in today's video I am starting a brand new series in which I'm going to be creating a brand new theme park from scratch in Planet Coaster 2. So at the time of recording this game has just come out. I've played it quite a bit already, and I can confidently say it is already one of my favourite games to play. So, as you can see right now, I've just completely started a world from scratch. I'm deleting all the starting bits you get given because I do not like them very much. I will be making it all myself. I have started this out on a tiger world, I think it was. Sort of somewhere that's a bit colder in temperature, but has nice scenery elements which can theme in well with it. So, this park is named Wolfspire Park. So the name doesn't really have anything to do with where I want to go with this. Honestly, it was just an AI generated name. The general theme of this park is going to be all around mythology, Greek, mainly Greek. I might do it Roman, not entirely sure, but yeah, it's all going to be Greek elements included in here. So if you have any ideas for what you want to see in this park in the future, let me know in the comments down below. But I will not be making this a crazy realistic park. I'm just going to be building how I want to, and something that just looks nice and is well themed for me. So at the moment I'm just playing around with a few of the new things in it. And yeah, let's get on to this. So what I decided to do is probably right now the most realistic element that's ever going to be in this park. I'm building sort of this bus stop road area where the guests will first enter the park. I just thought include a bit of realism, make it seem like it's a theme park and not some mythological world. So you can just see the process I'm taking through this. I have built many parks on the old Planet Coaster. I've also played Planet Zoo quite a lot, so possibly in the future I may play Planet Zoo. But right now my priorities are set wholly on Planet Coaster. It's a new game, I just want to play it as much as I can, as I'm really enjoying it. I just love putting so many little details into one park, making it look as nice as I can. So yeah, if you're coming here for realistic parks, I'm not entirely going to be doing that. It's not going to be unrealistic too much, but not entirely realistic. Also, if you want to see ones with not unlimited budget, that won't be here either. At least not for the foreseeable future. I will just be purely focused on making aesthetically pleasing parks. Also keep an eye out on the workshop in this game, because I will be adding some of my creations onto there. Not all of them, but if there's any elements in this park you want to see on there, make sure to comment that, and who knows, you might see it uploaded in the future. But yeah, I've already made quite a lot of this park before you're seeing this, so yeah, I can upload anything you want to the workshop. So as this series goes on, you will probably notice me becoming maybe a bit more used to all of the elements, but for this first few episodes, you'll see me just scrolling through a lot, looking for what I want to use. Like, just for this blue path I'm making here, I've selected so many different elements, and just looking for what I think could be the perfect one. So I have now finished the entrance area where the guests will spawn on that road where the bus is, and we'll also later put in another guest spawner over the other side of the road and lay paths under it. Now, as you can see now, I'm using a new pathing tool, which I think is actually incredible. It is so much better than in the first game. I'm not a fan of the curbs though. As you can see, I've sort of laid out a brick path that I've created by myself, but obviously guests won't walk over that, so I do need to make a path using the path tools, which is what I'm doing now. But the only problem is you can see all the curbs stick up on the edges. So my original plan wasn't to have them all over this area, but I think because of the curbs, I did decide to just make the path go all over there. I was going to leave the side bits for just theming, although they won't ever go over to the sides because there won't be anything over there other than theming, which they do not care about. I'm the only guy who cares about theming in this part. Although the path tool is better now, I am still having a few problems with it, which honestly I still haven't fixed out yet. Yeah, let me know what you think of the new changes to this game. There's still a lot that needs to be done to improve it, which it does seem like they are going to do. And yeah, you can just see me doing a bit more path work to work on the plaza area in this park. You can see the current path layout I've got, it's not great, is it? I do later go on to change it, and not even just in this first episode. It lasts like 4 episodes until I get the perfect path layout for this plaza. But as you can see now, I'm sort of making this Poseidon statue, which I've used the new scale tool in this game to make it look absolutely massive, because I want this to be the main centerpiece sort of to this park. There's going to be something bigger than it coming later, but I think this is going to be like the first thing people see when they enter the park, and it is really going to set out the theme, this plaza area. This statue is just the start of it. Also, the scale tool they've added in this game is just incredible, man. It looks so nice to just scale elements up so that they just fit places better, or scale them down, whatever you want to do. But either way, sometimes just the normal size doesn't fit what you need to do, so it can just be so nice to, with a click of a button, be able to see it multiply tenfold in size. I do hope they keep on updating the game, not just to fix the issues, but also to add in more elements. Obviously there's going to be bits I haven't discovered yet, which could change my opinion on there not being enough, but sometimes I just feel like I can't find the right pieces I need. Maybe it's because I'm used to having all the DLCs and stuff in the old game, which just added in like tenfold the amount of items you had available to you, compared to maybe the slightly limited selection in this game. But I finished that Poseidon statue now, which is what they see when they enter the park. But now I'm working on, I've been working on the entrance for ages now, but this is where the actual entrances are, where the guests will officially enter into the zoo. So my theming for this was just sort of make it a Greek temple. And not like a ruin. I wanted this to be grand, massive, and just be really impressive, so that the guests can enter the park, and this just being there to greet them will take their breath away. At least that is the hope. As you can see, I used the scale tool to great effect in this. Because at the normal scale this thing is at, like all these pieces and stuff, it just wouldn't look as good. Also, even once I'm finished with this part completely, that I pumped tons of time into it, I just don't think it will be as good or up to the standards of some of the previous parks I built in the previous Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, just because I don't know enough about the game. Maybe after like 100 hours or so, then I will know every single piece in the game. But yeah, for now, I do not know every piece in the game, so in some places it may look like, you'll see some of the buildings I make throughout this series are just going to be very repetitive. Very similar pieces will be used in basically everything, so yeah, I don't think the standard of it is great. It still looks pretty good in my opinion. So my plan with what I'm doing next is just trying to add in all the little details into this temple archway sort of thing I made here, just to try and make it look as nice as it can possibly be. like some of the pieces they've added in this game to just add tiny bits of detail. Nothing crazy, but like patterns and stuff you can add into this sometimes are just insane. Okay, so here's a quick overview of the Poseidon ship, the gateway, and the spawning area that I have so far created. I personally think it's looking pretty good, however there is a lot of open space, which by the end of this video I will have sorted out, trust me, which is actually what I move on to next. I didn't really know what to do with this area, so my original thought was extend the temple vibe that's going on, but then I had another idea. I sort of wanted to add this gate around the whole thing, so I just put pillars on the edges of all the paths, and I was looking for something to put up in between them to sort of make a fence. I was experimenting with multiple designs, and yeah, I sort of wanted to, then I found these fence pieces which I thought looked pretty good. Not to do with mythology or anything, but they look quite nice in there, I think. The blue colour complements the pillars well, and the entire area. They're not massive, they don't overcrowd the space, they still leave it rather open. So yeah, I think that fence is sorted out pretty well. I think it could definitely be better. It's possibly one of the elements I go back and change later. But not one of those I have a big enough problem to deal with right at that moment. So I quickly finished up this fence, and then I moved on to what I wanted to put in the massive empty area. So I thought maybe do a mix of the temple vibe, so I put in these fountains in, and a couple of these stone statues in, which I think go well together. Then I put 2 of those in on either side of the plaza. Then in between them and around the edges, I didn't want overcrowded, but I wanted it to feel busier than it actually was, because sometimes there wouldn't be many people in here, so I thought I could extend that by making it seem like a busy marketplace. They were quite common in Greece and Rome times, so I thought it went well. I made these little pieces, which you'll see in a minute, which I just copied in and placed in sort of lumps all over the place, which sort of brings it all together very well, makes it all works together basically, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, as you can see, I just found all these sort of crates, barrels, fabrics, ropes, even apples I found, which I then just made these blueprints, which I go then and go and copy all around the plaza. I made 3 blueprints, which will be on the workshop if you want to use them in your parks. So I also decided to add in quite a lot of lanterns and some lamp things, fire braziers I think they're called, around the temple, which definitely make the area light up a lot at night, which is something I was going for in this park. I always like to try and make my parks look as good as possible at not just daytime but also night, so I will be adding in a lot of lighting around the place to give it a nice feeling. So I've dealt with the plaza area for now. I do add more later, but that will do us for now. So now I go on to working on the area underneath the temple. I wanted to make a gate, a fence sort of thing, so it didn't look like the guests could just go walking off anywhere they wanted. Then after I'd made that, I wanted to add in lots of plants underneath the arch, which is one of my favourite things in the entire game. Just adding in a ton of foliage all around the place, which I think is partly why I love Planet Zoo so much. And luckily they have brought the realism of plants in Planet Zoo over to Planet Coaster 2, which I'm in love with so far. It's always been one of my favourite things in these sort of games, just making plants look as good as possible. They just bring out something in the entire area, which you can't do with buildings or other types of scenery. And they're just also good fillers. Like now you can make the bushes and rocks absolutely massive, which just mean you can fill in some areas that otherwise look rather empty. Oh yeah, they've skipped ahead a bit here, but now you can see already how much better this area under the arch is looking. Just a bit of foliage, a bit of colour makes it pop so well. And also trees, I love trees in this game. They look so good. Just place them around the entire perimeter of parks, make it look like guests can't go that way. It makes it obscure elements that just don't look very good otherwise. And like already you can see just from a few trees around the place how much better this plaza area is looking, because it just all looks so close together now. But anyway, here we go. This is all we have time for in this video, so let me know what you think of the progress so far, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.